Well, that took longer than expected. Beetlejuice 2. It's a movie that came out this year, 2024, as of recording.
35 years later.
Sorry for the wait, guys. We'll go ahead and start the episode now. You want to start us off, Juice?
I have to pee.
That would be juice.
What kind of juice are you bringing?
You guys clean yourself up, and then we'll go from there. And that's how Juice the Fourth made it into college.
It was a second anyway.
Nah, he's the fourth.
It's just like nobody investigated those murders.
Nobody. Just got away with those.
That's fun. Anyway, what were we talking about?
Beetlejuice 2.
Beetlejuice 2, yeah.
Oh, it finally came out.
All right.
Was anybody expecting a sequel to this?
I was waiting for a sequel for years.
Like 30 years ago.
I mean, ever since I saw the first movie, I was like, man, a sequel would be cool.
But you felt like the first movie ended.
No, it actually ended fine. But I'm like, I would just want a sequel. You know,
ended with the Matilda song,
especially with the Matilda song, especially since
Okay, I believe you.
yeah.
Oh, that wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah? I thought it was only on Beetlejuice.
No.
We'll fact check that.
I don't believe you.
You stupid.
Walking the line. No, yeah, that was Matilda. Tim Burton has been wanting to do a sequel for years. Ever since, he started working on a sequel in the 90s called Beetlejuice Goes to Hawaii. Where
I remember this.
You remember this?
I don't.
where the Deets go to Hawaii and Beetlejuice is just supposed to rock havoc on their vacation, you know?
Yeah.
He wrote out a script and everything, but it just never got picked up, you know? And then
That's crazy.
The interest kind of, lingered for a little bit, and then it wasn't until 2014 where Winona Ryder and Michael Keaton, they were interviewed, and they're like, "Do you guys want to do a Beetlejuice 2 if possible?" Yeah, I mean, we're down,
Yeah.
we still have interest, eventually they got together with Tim Burton, and slowly but surely they started building an idea for a sequel.
And then at some point, Jenna Ortega was born, and now she's in this movie, perfectly cast.
I was gonna ask you.
Think about that. She wasn't even born yet.
Did you guys
None of us
feel
were.
like her character?
Holy moly, I wasn't
added a lot
born
to the
yet.
movie?
Yeah. What'd you say?
Do you guys feel like her character added a lot to the movie, or do you think she was just in because she's like a big star?
Both.
Well, yeah, a little bit of both, but I feel like she
She's
fit in perfectly in this movie.
Yeah, she's a big star now that I was excited to see in the movie. But then she also is a great actress, so just
I feel like she
This
plays like
isn't
the
her
perfect.
first time working with Tim Burton either. since
Exactly.
she did the
Yeah.
Wednesday series.
Exactly. I think she plays the perfect goth girl. So she played perfect Wednesday Addams, and now she's playing the perfect offspring to Lydia,
Goth mommy, yes.
goth mom.
So, plot.
How long has it been? 35 years, maybe? Close to it.
In the movie?
Both.
15.
In the what?
15 No, it's not even 15.
From the movies?
No.
No,
No.
not the actual movies. I'm talking about in the movie.
Yeah, in the movie.
They said, how long has it been? I'm pretty sure it was 15 years.
No, she
Dad,
said
no.
she's been psychic for 15 years.
So that means she would have first seen the ghost.
No,
Yeah,
she's
well,
seen this girl, but
13 years ago.
she hasn't become a professional psychic. And then
So-
she
I think
became a
the
psychic.
movie takes place in real time.
I think so too. Yeah.
You think it's been 15 years since 1988? And
Yeah,
there were cell
exactly.
phones?
I ain't gonna argue.
And she has an iPhone,
It has
dude.
an iPhone.
Did they have an iPhone?
She did have an iPhone.
I remember seeing a crappy TV inside the house.
It's probably the
Good old beautiful
ghost's house
box.
where he died 15 years ago, right?
Yeah.
I'm
Exactly.
not
There you
arguing.
go.
I'm just telling my interpretation.
Anyways,
Well, you're wrong.
Possibly.
Why
Lydia.
did we hire you?
Because I
we're
look
gonna-
so damn
We're
pretty.
gonna say her name.
He knows he's not getting paid, right?
Yeah, I know. We're gonna say her name one last time, all
You're
right?
gonna say
Just
one
relax.
more time and then you're gone.
Yeah.
What? Oh, wait. All right. No.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So Lydia has a daughter now,
Mhm.
called Astrid.
Well, let's rewind a little bit.
Sure,
So the film opens with a talk show.
a podcast.
It's
Talk show
more like a
podcast.
studio audience type of show.
Sure.
Called?
Ghost House.
Hey!
It's a full circle.
Yeah, that was the
Uh,
original name for the Beetlejuice movie.
Yeah.
Now being referenced in
the
this
sequel.
Sequel.
Sure. Funny enough, Tim Burton again had issues with the studio with this movie. So pretty much Tim Burton wanted the whole
You
time.
wanted to call it Beetlejuice Goes to Hawaii. You wanted to call it Beetlejuice 2.
He wanted to call it Ghost House. No, he wanted this movie to go to theaters. Ever since he started making it,
Mhm.
the studio was like, no, just sell it to Max.
When did it start when did this start filming? Because I know
Uh,
a lot of movies in 2020 they went straight to streaming.
No. This was like maybe a year ago, maybe a little bit more than a year ago.
Like 2022.
2022, yeah, exactly. But even then, they're like, this just make it straight to go to streaming to Max. You know.
Yeah.
Pretty much like Warner Brothers gave Tim Burton, I think like $30 million to shoot this sequel. And Tim Burton was like, okay, cool, let's make it for theaters. And they're like, no, we're going to give you this $30 million just for streaming only. He's like, I don't want to do that. Like, it needs to be shown in theaters. He's like,
Yeah.
okay, fine. You can show it in theaters, but we're going to cut the budget by half. So they gave him like $15 million to work with. And Tim Burton was like, yeah, screw it. I'll do it in $15 million. I'll do it in $15 million, and look how much it's grossed so far.
Give me my clay.
It's one of the highest grossing movies this year, I think. You know?
Here's the stats.
There you go.
Beautiful stats. Beautiful numbers.
It might not be $15 million, but I know the studio offered him a lot of money.
And then they cut it.
And then they cut it basically by half because he wanted, theater,
Yeah.
And on top of that, Tim Burton was like, when it goes to theaters, I want like a cut of like.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Obviously, it's going to succeed in theaters because I know it's going to succeed.
Yeah,
in theaters.
and he was right.
Yeah.
He was right, and good for him. Like he had troubles with the studio in the first movie, and same thing with the second one. But yeah, go on with the intro of the movie.
Yeah, so we are back with the Deets. They're doing the episode that they're recording. It's Lydia and her new, what would you call him? Boo?
New beau.
Was it Roy?
Roy, yeah.
Rory, I think.
That tool.
Or
Yeah, it was
Rory. Yeah, Rory.
And
That too.
I don't like.
Oh,
So she's still having like weird psychic visions of seeing this guy,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know what the whole thing was, but she was taking pills.
It's because I think
Were they like
she's
anxiety medication?
I think
Like,
they're like
don't know what it
anxiety
was.
medication, so it might have been like
Psychic suppressors.
yeah, it might have been like
they got to do something to stop the shine.
That's exactly what I
maybe,
thought.
yeah,
That's
exactly,
exactly.
maybe. Because it seems
abusing substances.
it seems like she's been dealing with like the Beetlejuice trauma for years.
Yeah.
Kind of comes and goes, So she's had those, and it seems like she stopped taking it, but in the movie she's like, I gotta start taking them again. You know?
If you saw this face
But
once,
she gets a call from her stepmom, which is Delia.
Delia, yeah.
not be able to stop thinking about it.
and she's like, "Oh my god, like your husband, like
Your dad.
your dad left me." He's like, "You guys getting divorced?" Like, "No, he's dead."
He's
And it's
dead.
Like, which is like, I don't know, some of the lines, some of the reading in the movie was just perfect.
Yeah.
And I think the like watching these movies back to back, were you good?
Hush.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
The line delivery, like
Mhm.
Catherine O'Hara, like everyone.
Oh, she was amazing in the
they
movie.
were amazing.
Yeah, because she's had, I don't know if you've seen the show Schitt's Creek, but it's a really great show, and she got a bunch of Grammys from that show, and the show itself had about 5 seasons. She was amazing in that show, and she pretty much like acted like that character in that show, maybe a little bit more dramatic, but she brought more of that in this movie.
Yeah.
So I feel like she did grab a lot from that show that she brought to this movie, because it really shows.
Yeah.
Would
pretty
you
funny.
recommend this movie to our viewers?
Yeah, definitely. I would definitely.
I would go so far as to say this is a perfect
See-
back-to-back
yeah.
feature for the Halloween season. Which,
Yeah, no, definitely.
hopefully by the time this episode is up, we are not too late.
Do you think it was like the perfect successor to the first film? Does it hold up?
No, I think this movie has its problems, but I think this movie was good as a sequel.
The hype was
And-
too grand.
There was no way it could have lived up to what.
To what the
Everyone-
original.
It couldn't, but I feel like it was a good sequel.
Well, yeah,
You know,
that.
like,
but
because it's like it pretty much
But
like,
it's not going to please everyone.
yeah,
It's
but
not-
It's been so long.
but
Well,
you pretty much get an
exactly.
explanation
That's
of where
exactly the main
everybody is
issue.
at
Yeah.
that time. Like you get, the mom is a famous artist. She's a psychic. She has a daughter now. They even explain what happened to the other two, Barbara and Adam. They explain what happened to them
Yeah, I
off
don't know if
screen.
they
there's
just
an
could have
interview-
done so much more if they still had the actors available to continue doing it.
Well,
They
there's a
did.
lot of issues with that.
Because
Yeah.
of time, exactly. Because of what's happened
And-
since the original release of the first Beetlejuice.
And I mean, with Alec
now-
Baldwin, I don't think they would have. brought
no,
him
I
back,
know. But I'm saying, like,
But
it's just, that's
they
what I'm saying.
asked the girl,
Gina Davis.
Gina Davis. They asked Gina Davis in an interview, red carpet interview, and they go, "Hey, like, did they ask you guys to come back for the sequel?" And she goes, "Well, no,
Hmm.
but I understand why they wouldn't." because ghosts don't age.
It makes
Exactly,
sense.
yeah.
It makes perfect sense,
So
honestly.
But that's what I'm saying. That's the hindrance. It's like because they waited so long to make a sequel, you can never use those characters because time takes its
Tim
toll.
Burton, they also asked Tim Burton, why didn't you even bring them back? And he's like, well, because the first movie was all about them.
Their story's over.
Yeah, and well, their story wasn't necessarily over, but he wanted this movie to just be some
a
standalone, like about something else.
This one very much felt more focused on my Beetlejuice character and Lydia's trauma.
A little bit more, but that's also the one of the few problems that I had with this movie was the plot, because it seems like it had
was a lot of
three.
people's main concern with the movie.
It had like three subplots going on that got resolved.
I just
extremely
focused on the
fast.
goth mommy portion, and that was my main focus. That was it. Yeah.
Monica Bellucci,
He was talking about
Dolores. Yeah,
he was looking at her Stranger Things. So
no, she was amazing in this movie. Like
I thought she just felt like she was doing a character the whole time.
Yeah.
And a lot of times she was speaking, I was like, she sounds like Jennifer Coolidge.
I mean, yes,
Yeah.
but that's her. That she,
Yeah. But I
If
really
you've
like
seen her, if you see her in other
I was
movies,
also referring to Lydia's character.
I know.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know what you're referring to. That's what I was talking about.
no. If you
Stranger
see her in
Things.
other movies, like she's amazing in those movies. She's a
Yeah.
great actress, like, and she does play that like sensual character, and that definitely shows in this movie. Like she's an amazing character, and like it really like put her acting skills, and I love the makeup too. The makeup was amazing on her.
Yeah.
You can tell that it's like they had a budget on the makeup, but it worked. It worked great,
It looked like something you would have done in the 80s. Like it just transitioned.
Yeah,
over so
exactly. Like William Dafoe's makeup, like on his side of
William
his head.
Dafoe. Let's
Willem
talk
Dafoe.
about it. Yeah, sir.
William Dafoe's makeup on the side of his head, you can tell that it was kind of painted on, but it worked and it looked good.
Well. Yeah.
It looked great.
'Cause it
All
fit
I
the
know.
universe.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
fit the universe. It was great.
Is that there was a girl that kind of gave him that thirsty look, and I was like, I understand. William
I
Dafoe,
understand.
he can get it.
I wouldn't mind going.
When
to
he
his
was all
lighthouse.
like, "I'm not a cop," he's like, "No, you're an actor.
For real.
You're damn right you are.
You always keep it real." But what's the rating? What did you give this movie?
I think as a standalone, I don't think it can hold up as good. I'd say like if it's a standalone without any context to the nostalgia and everything, I'd say it's like a 7 out of 10. With it, it's
good,
like an 8. It's a solid 8 because it's like so much fun.
Yeah.
I was laughing through the whole movie.
There was a lot of.
It
Really
was
I was
so
cracking
funny,
up.
dude.
Oh
It
my
was so
gosh! And then
funny.
the effects, and to see the other world kind of brought back to life with modern technology.
Mm-hmm.
Then to see more Beetlejuice and see how his origin story came from. Just a quick little
He had
story
an origin
beat.
story. Yeah.
That was sick.
So one thing that we mentioned in the first part of the episode was you can kind of tell how people died if you pay attention to the costume.
Yes, sir.
So one thing people never
So cool.
knew was Beetlejuice, and we know that he was poisoned. And if you look at his costume, why don't you give me a quick turn?
Quick turn.
Yeah.
Other way. Oh no.
So if you would see
Yeah.
right there, you got that
A little venom going
yeah,
on
little
there.
smudge.
Yeah.
You can turn
And
back
even in the
around.
movie, like when he's
Turn
like
back around.
smiling, I don't know if you noticed, but when the baby Beetlejuice running around, like he just kind of like spit like this goo out of his mouth. Do you notice that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like poison.
Yeah.
Like
So like you understand how he died
exactly.
and why he looks the way he looks.
Also,
Everybody who dies looks the
How
way
they
they
look.
died.
Yeah.
and spoiler warning, he was a grave robber. That was a fun little treat.
Yeah, he was a great robber.
He was a piece of shit in real life and in death as well.
Mm-hmm.
And because of the cult like thing that they killed me with or killed him with, it was like why I became such a demon, like why I had the abilities I did. That's what I was thinking. I might be just filling in the blanks. Because why is he so much more powerful than others?
Well, one thing. So let me get in my rating, and I have a weird question. I don't know if you guys can answer. It's just speculation. I would give this movie like a 7.5.
Solid.
One, because it's just a little too.
Campy?
There's too many storylines going on.
Yeah.
But then I don't understand how some people like get jobs. like I was expecting the movie to start off with Beetlejuice getting his number called in the waiting room.
Oh,
That's how I was expecting the
yeah.
movie to start out.
Mm-hmm.
But no, he's like working and he has like
Yeah,
a
he
full
already has
office,
working. Yeah.
right? And then you meet another character later in the film, which is Astrid's dad, and he's just behind the counter, and he died.
Oh,
maybe, like,
yeah.
however many years ago, like 15 years ago.
He seemed like a prisoner at first. I was
Yeah.
like, I thought he was being
But I was
forced
like,
to labor
he
there.
has a job there, and I don't understand.
I mean, even Willem Dafoe's character, like he was an actor and then he died, and now he's
now he's a cop.
a cop, a sheriff.
Can you say no
Captain.
to that face? You would make him a
I know.
cop.
Look at that smile.
Yeah, exactly. But
He's not just Willem Dafoe. He's Willem the friend.
I give it a 7.52. Like, I love the practical effects. Like,
Yeah.
that was the best part about the whole movie. If you see a behind the scenes look of it, it's so much fun.
I'm excited to watch
I
that.
saw behind the scenes footage of like the baby, and they pretty much like when the baby's born, they had like this thing in Lydia's stomach.
Oh, like a balloon?
Yeah, like a balloon, and they just popped in. They literally had just like these like fake guts in it. For the baby, it pretty much had like 3 or 4 people in like blue suits controlling every limb when he crawls, and somebody's controlling the head with their arm. So his head is just it's someone's arm moving like that, so he just bites it like that. Yeah, but the eyes and all of that, like that's all like animatronic. Yeah,
Ooh.
like that little baby had 4 people controlling it. Like it's crazy.
That's the same amount of people they had for the ants for them.
Yeah, exactly.
Fa-
But it's a little baby.
For full circle.
Full circle.
Favorite effect? I liked the little soul sucking skinned.
Oh, that
I
was
like
great.
That was
dude.
so good.
That
Little
was
Danny
great.
DeVito.
Yeah. It pretty much sucks their Dolores sucks their soul out, and it just shrivels them up.
Subtle joke. Yeah, she will.
What did Beetlejuice say?
He's like,
She'll suck your soul
no,
right
he-
out. He's like, what did he say?
yeah, she does.
He's like, yeah, you're damn right she does.
I mean, that was there's a sex scene in the movie.
It was pretty
Yeah, that was hilarious.
pretty funny.
Just throwing that out there in
So-
case you guys
so
want to
goofy.
watch this with your young. But I was gonna say, outside of like Alec Baldwin, is there any character from the original or the remake where you're like, I recognize that person?
I mean,
That I would recognize, or that wasn't
That
in the
you
movie.
did recognize, where you're just like, I've seen this person before, and I know their work.
it was as an actor or from the first movie.
Either or.
As an actor, well, for me, it was Monica Bellucci. I was like, that's great. You know, like I know her. The one that kind of came up to me was the Ghost Kid. I don't really know who he is, but I think I've seen him in a couple of their movies.
His name is Arthur Conti.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what he was in.
Because his face looked really familiar. He kind of gives me vibes of who's the one other actor, the one that played Jeffrey Dahmer in the series, the Netflix series.
Evan Peters.
Yeah, he kind of gives me Evan Peters vibes.
Yeah, well, because there's a plot twist where it's like, oh, he was dead the whole time.
It's the
he
whole
looks
it's
like Evan Peters.
it's
Hopefully I
the,
put
it's
a
the first
verbal,
season of American Horror Story. Like
Yeah.
that's exactly
Yeah.
what it reminded me of. You know, like the boyfriend you were getting close with, like he's actually dead, and he
this
was
is the main plot of American Horror
exactly.
Story.
That's like the main plot of the American Horror Story. So you have, I mean, Raymond, while you looked that up, like the plots of the movie pretty much have that ghost boy trying to like
We have Jenna
switch-
Ortega's character,
yeah.
which is Astrid. Astrid's
Astrid.
storyline. Then we have Lydia's storyline of
Lydia's-
dealing with her trauma and then having to save her daughter.
and then you have Beetlejuice story.
And then we have Beetlejuice just being Beetlejuice.
Yeah, and you have like 2 main villains. You have the ghost boy, and you have Dolores. You know, which was disappointing because I thought Dolores was gonna be a bigger part of the movie.
Based off the trailers, yeah, like it seemed like she was going to be the main antagonist. Of the
Yeah, but even if, I mean, who do you think was the main antagonist, the boy or Dolores, or even
movie.
Beetlejuice?
Neither. Like
Right?
Yeah.
it felt like one of those kids movies where like, oh, like they're not really in danger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there was no sense of urgency for the movie.
It was
No.
just laugh, have fun.
Yeah.
Well,
And
the biggest,
pandering, and I love it. Thank you.
the biggest, I guess, danger of the plot was the ghost boy trying to steal her soul or switching lives with her. You know,
Yeah.
that seemed pretty big because it's like when he took her to the other side, it's like, holy shit, yes,
So
that's
this
pretty
is
big.
where that's what kicked off the climax of the movie.
Exactly,
Where she had to
yeah.
ask Beetlejuice for help.
Exactly. So I feel like,
so real quick, he's actually a really new actor.
oh,
He's
Wow.
only been in 2 things. He's been in this film and he's been in House of Dragon.
oh,
Hey.
that's
That's
his full
say,
filmography.
Look at that! Wow,
That's
started
cool.
strong.
Yeah, he's going places.
Does he
I'm
have a
curious to
brother?
see.
You know who he reminds me of? Have you guys ever seen 500 Days of Summer?
You're talking about
Maybe.
The one of the friends.
Oh, one of the friends. I thought you were talking about the main guy.
No. One of the friends, like the the dude who I don't remember his name, but he looks like the brother of one of the friends. I forgot his name.
Yeah, that's his relatives. He has his mother, his grandmother, 2 of his grandmothers. So
I forget it anyway.
Yeah.
How are we on
Did
time,
you-
Raymond?
We're
we're
coming
doing
close.
okay. We got
Awesome.
maybe about like 5 minutes.
Cool.
So, do you guys have a favorite scene in this movie?
I want to.
I would go so far as say I don't have a favorite scene in the movie, but all the scenes that I did enjoy blended so well together that it just kind of made the overall film enjoyable.
Yeah.
But I can't think I can't be like, oh, that's my favorite part.
I think
I'm trying to think of one right now.
My favorite part, just because I was just like enjoying the whole time and just jamming out to it, was the soul. No, I'm just kidding. The soul
God,
train.
I wish that was me.
No, it was
such a stupid.
Yeah,
joke,
no, it wasn't. It wasn't
well.
that one. It was when Dolores was like stitching herself back together.
Yeah, the Bee Gees.
Yeah, going on with the Bee Gees. I was like, this is fun. Like right off the bat, it kind of gave the movie such a fun tone, and I was like, oh, this movie's gonna be great, you know. And just like those practical effects, like the little moving parts and her stapling her together, I was like, this is so campy.
Yeah.
But I couldn't stop smiling. I was like, this is
Tim Burton.
And then she sucks
scene.
Danny DeVito up, and he just shrivels up, and I was like, this is amazing. Like this
I
is.
did like Danny DeVito just drinking the drain out.
Yeah. I was like,
it.
this is like practical effects galore. Like this is awesome. You know.
I think I just love the practical effects of when they reveal that the young boy is a villain. When they show his parents and how they died.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Those effects were glorious. Like it was so good.
I
They
will
were
say
pretty
the
good.
one thing that I don't like about modern like social media and all that stuff is I had a lot of this movie spoiled for me before I even had a chance to watch it.
That's the
theaters.
problem, man. It's like for me, I went to go see this
In theaters.
in theaters. I think a couple of days after the premiere. So I did see some spoilers, but pretty much the whole movie was fresh to me. You know.
Yeah.
You saw it for the first time today.
Yeah. But
So-
I already knew like a lot of the stuff.
Like the
So
whole
it's like-
plot, all the cool scenes. You know.
Well,
the
some
end.
of it like it was still super enjoyable to watch because
Yeah.
like you can't spoil visual.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You kind of have to watch it just play
enjoy
out on
it, yeah.
screen. Yeah.
Other than that, I really enjoyed the baby scenes. All the baby scenes
Of course.
were great.
The baby scene was
Oh,
great.
the baby was like running around biting people's ankles, like, "Oh my god, this is your baby."
Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone's like, dude, that's exactly how your baby acts. Meanwhile, I can hear my baby screaming
Yes.
from like the other room.
You look over, you just say somebody holding onto their neck. He got me.
What did you guys think of? I mean, I'm kind of jumping way ahead, but what did you guys think of that fake ending with
Oh, that
Pay?
threw me off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that threw me off in the beginning too. I was like, oh, that's cool. Oh, she met this guy. Oh,
Like, oh,
wow,
that's weird that
they got married already. Okay, I mean, I guess it was a time jump, whatever, right? She's giving birth. Okay, sure. That's a little off-putting, but sure, whatever, you know. And then it's the little Beetlejuice baby, and I was like, oh, this is just wacky, you know.
Yeah.
And I was like, is it really gonna end like this? And then she's kind of like smiles at it, almost like if she's gonna accept the baby. And I was like, what the hell is going on? Like this movie was goofy, and I was afraid that was gonna jump the shark.
Yeah.
But then like she wakes up, and I was like, oh, thank God it was a dream sequence, because it's like it was gonna be
Not
way
just any dream sequence. A dream sequence with
within a dream sequence.
Beetlejuice. So that was fun. They left room for a sequel, which I mean they've already talked about it. They are interested in doing.
Yeah.
I don't really know what they can do beyond this because I feel like if they do a third movie, it's just gonna be more of the same.
Just
Yeah,
has to be
It's
fun.
not bad.
Just has to
Yeah,
be fun. That's all
as
it
long
has
as
to
it's
be.
Yeah.
fun. They don't have to raise the stakes. They don't have to add more characters.
Because I mean,
Just make it fun.
Well,
overall,
Dolores and what was it, Rory,
Rory.
They
Yeah.
both got swallowed at the same time.
So that they could team up. Who knows? But the
And
thing
it sure
is,
said I heart Dolores, right?
yeah.
Well, Beetlejuice put him in that.
Yeah, so I just
He's
imagine.
like, oh, like here's a man who can fulfill your desires. He just switches clothes.
Yeah.
Well, pretty much, it's like Beetlejuice had the same conflict in this movie like he did in the first one. He just wanted to marry.
Well, one thing is spirits can't pass on until they resolve their past issues. He died not being able to get like after he got married. So I'm wondering if that has anything to do with why he is not able to pass over.
Somebody else is gonna have to. If there's gonna be a third movie, it needs to be somebody else summoning him. Like it needs to be somebody else, and they need to get Lydia and Astrid and be like, hey, you guys dealt with this guy before. How do we stop him? You know, because like I don't think they're gonna even try to even bring him back again. There's been two movies, and both those movies are like, yeah, we can't trust them. You
All
know?
I know is every time I heard Asher, I thought of
How to Train Your
How to
Dragon.
Train Your Dragon.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're running out of time. We're gonna send you back. So I'll end it with this. If they are gonna make a third movie, it's gonna be called
Beetlejuice.
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 All right, and that was Beetlejuice and Beetlejuice 2.
Mm-hmm.
That was our Halloween special, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed.
It was
I
fun.
wish Bobby was around.
Yeah, we're
to
gonna have to talk him
enjoy
back into this.
Yeah, we'll talk to him later. Well, if anything, we'll buy like a costume. We'll make it look like.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It'll work. I think it'll work.
Yeah.
It's fine.
So yeah, hopefully Bobby can join us next year for our next Halloween episode. But this has been Midnight Mayhem, Halloween 2024.
2024. All
We've
right.
been doing this for 2 years.
Damn, already?
Yeah.
Shit.
All right. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening.
If you're watching,
If you guys are able to, follow us on social media. We'll go ahead and link up the links on the screen for you.
I think with social media, there we go.
Like, comment, subscribe, and happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. Bye. Love you.
Makes it awkward.
I'm about to go fill out some freaky fantasies.